Yo, how's it going, guys? Chadley here, and today I wanted to talk about a grenade in this game that even I never really used up until the other day, and it's seriously something else with just how weird this grenade is and how it works, and that is the Red Queen. With this grenade, you can do some serious damage to targets, especially big targets like Traunt and Graveward and stuff like that. Like, you can kill them with just a couple grenades each. Traunt you can kill in one grenade if you do it right. But this grenade has it's a little finicky. You have to throw it just right, because if you guys aren't aware, what this grenade does, when you throw it, it's going to split into two with like kind of a laser beam between them. And enemies that are hit by the laser beam are going to take some damage. And then also the two grenades on the side are going to blow up. But the grenade on the right actually does not blow up when you hit an enemy, and it's only the grenade on the right. The one on the left will blow up when it touches an enemy, but with the one on the right, you can kind of stick it to the enemy and then miss on the left grenade, and the tripwire will kind of like travel in a circle because one end is tethered, and that laser beam will just do constant damage to the enemy, and you can just melt them away. So right here I just have a craters out. If you want to get really ridiculous, I'll show this off after. You can do crit swap with it. We have an Unforgiven here, but first I'm going to start off with our craters just so we get some movement speed. But we're going to run down to Traunt here. Also, we have sniper rifle damage and enemy weapon damage. And then otherwise, I'm just rocking a friend bot and just a damage skill tree. So nothing too crazy, nothing too special. And bonus shock and incendiary, you do a lot more damage with bonus elements with this grenade. But once we go ahead and drop down here, I'm going to go ahead and just do my racks so I get the bonus elements. And then otherwise, I'm going to try to aim and miss. So it's right there, you can see that it's stuck, but he did a little dodge to the side, so the tripwire is not actually hitting him. That's why I said this is kind of finicky. So if you can land the tripwire on his right shoulder and then have the other one go through, you can see it's doing that constant tick damage right now. And if you throw it just right, you can start doing crazy damage like that right there. So it seriously gets insane. It's once you get the hang of throwing it, you can get it to be a lot more consistent with your damage. So I definitely recommend practicing it if you guys end up trying this grenade. Also, I have tried it on Moze and Zane. It works really well on Moze. Zane does it okay, but nothing too crazy. And I have not tried it on Amara yet, but with Flak, I definitely get the most consistent results, as his Megavore can make that tripwire crit. But otherwise, I'm going to run it back with the Unforgiven, and we can see how much damage we can actually put out with this thing if you guys are willing to try this. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm not using a Pearl, I just have a Sparkplug Victory Rush here. But otherwise, let's go ahead and try this out with the Unforgiven. Normally, I let him throw up his Ice Wall, I just chuck my racks into him. So I get the action skills and they kind of run out before they hit him. He doesn't really take damage. But then right there, we got it off, but he kind of started to move out of the way, so the tripwire ended up missing. I think I threw it a little too high, but if we throw it a little lower right there, we just killed him in 2 grenades. It's a little ridiculous. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I posted a video last night that I was able to kill him with 1 grenade. I've done that a couple times now. You just kind of got to aim for his left shoulder or the right shoulder from our point of view. If you can land that right sticky on his right shoulder and have that left one kind of wrap around like this, the laser beam's just going to go through his backpack and deal tons amount of damage. Even without crit swapping, you can kill him in a couple grenades if you throw them correctly. It's really insane no matter what you're using. It's not like this is only crit swap. So now I just want to show you guys what this does to Graveward, and we don't have any grenade modifiers for us, so that's not really going to be helping out. Normally I wait for his hand to come down because you can't really use this grenade on his chest. So otherwise, once he's done doing all the stage stuff and the corrosive balls, we'll come back and throw a grenade at his hand. So normally what I like to do is stand over here because we do need to stick the right one. Then I'll throw my racks and then I'll kind of line up like this. And hopefully if I aim correctly, we can knock out up to about half his health. Unfortunately, he obviously will move his hands pretty quick. Then what you can do is run over here by his head, and if you stick it on his eyeball, you can kill him in just a couple grenades. It's a little ridiculous what you can do with this. I'm going to do this again without the Unforgiven and just see how much damage we can do and see if we can kill him in our 11 grenades. We're back at Graveward, and right now we just have bonus radiation and enemy weapon damage, so nothing is going to be helping us out. Let's see if we can do this with the craters out, but otherwise we're going to wait for his fist to slam. All right, now he's getting ready to slam. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to butt up against this wall, wait for him to slam, throw our racks, and then now that we don't have as much damage, I'm going to throw a lot pretty quick, and we're still able to get about very similar amounts of health gun. And otherwise, I'm going to activate my action skills again. And same thing with his eyeball. See if we can get it down. It looks like we'll get pretty close, but not quite. We can almost kill him without any sort of crit swap or anything like that. It's a little finicky with his eyeball. I'm sure if you guys threw it a little bit better than I did, you guys could have some better luck killing him in just a couple grenades. Otherwise, let's try it again here, and we should be able to kill him with his next slam. So now he's slamming again. I'm gonna go ahead and activate our racks, and we should be able to finish him off right here. Yep. So just like that, we were able to kill Graveward with purely grenades and no crit swaps. That's a little ridiculous, especially with the state of grenades in this game right now. There's really not many that can actually do damage, so that's one reason I really do like the Red Queen. And this thing's definitely more of a bigger enemy weapon. It can definitely do the small mobs, but it's a little harder to make that work. The trip mine can sometimes just do a ton of damage itself and kill some of the trash mobs, but mainly I will use this for kind of some bigger targets for a little bit extra damage while I'm shooting at them. So otherwise, this is a very great addition to your builds. I definitely recommend it for some things. Now, if we do get a buff for grenades, this thing can truly be even more ridiculous because it could happen for any sort of grenade here in the near future, gearing up for 2.0, which would be really cool to see what this can do if that was to happen. But otherwise, it's going to be a great supporting item in some of your builds for dealing a ton of boss damage. So right now, there's not a ton of builds to cover and stuff like that. I'm working on a couple, but nothing I really feel the need to share at the current moment. So if you guys kind of like me going over these items, definitely let me know in the comments. I do like pointing out some underrated pieces of gear, whether that's weapons, grenades like this, stuff like that, and showing you guys so you guys can make some decisions with your builds and maybe try something new. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to let me know. And also hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you guys want some more Borderlands content. Now we're getting really close to being able to apply for partner on Twitch. Probably in 2 to 3 days I will be able to apply, which is incredibly exciting. And thank you to everybody who has come over and watched. But if you haven't come over and watched, the Red Chest event is going on this week. So if you guys want some free loot, that is really all we've been doing. So definitely come over, say hi, and get some free loot. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.